Dance. They're awake now. Oh wow.
Making fun of my dancing.
Oh wait. We have to hit got it. And we'll hit next.
And I'm trying to zoom us in. Welcome everybody.
It's the 17th. Oh, did you hit that one?
Nope. Got it.
He's got it. And boom. Okay, perfect.
We understand it's being recorded.
We're so techie.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're a technology company.
It's like I know how to use a mouse.
And you'll have to bear with me. For some reason, I talking too much yesterday. Team leaders should never talk too much, and I did.
Mountain Dew and whiskey will solve your throat problem.
What did you call it this morning? The nectar of the gods.
Nectar of the gods.
That's what he said. Diet Mountain Dew. If that's the nectar of the gods, we're all in trouble.
It'll tickle your innards.
Wow.
That is their original logo. Look it up.
No way.
It'll tickle your innards.
Oh.
It was made by the Hill people to mix with their moonshine.
I could see it as a good mixer, actually.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard about
Okay,
that.
you've heard about that in storybooks and songs. Okay. So you guys, this is the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, the TCPA. We've talked about it every week because how important is it, Mike?
You don't want to get sued.
I don't want any of our agents to get sued. Don, do we want anybody to get sued? He said no, call Jim Bolin. This is really important. Follow the rules when it comes to not calling people that don't want to be called.
Exactly.
Because those people get really upset.
And then their lawyers find out and do a class action lawsuit and take you down.
I would say those people get emotional, and emotion makes you act.
And sue.
All right. So because we are a company that has what's called an MVVBP.
And since your voice is weak, let's all do it together.
Oh, I like it.
Say it with me. Ready?
All right.
Our mission is
to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Stop talking while they do it.
I won't.
All right, this one. Ready? We are to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers / clients.
I actually really like that one.
I like the word clients better.
All right. We have a value belief system.
Which is
God, family, and then business. And we have Y4C2Ts.
Okay, everybody pick your favorite. We're going to say them all at once. Ready?
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
And commitment in all things.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
Yes, that was well played. I like that.
And our final one?
That we truly are a technology company
that provides the real estate platform that our agents, buyers, and sellers prefer. We'll do that one for them.
I like it.
There's Paulina.
Keller Williams thinks like a top producer, acts like a trainer consultant, focuses on all its activities on service, productivity, and profitability. I think those are pretty important.
It is, and it makes big numbers each month.
So the market is doing things that you should be paying attention to.
Yes, as you can tell, the gap's getting bigger. We show this one each week. I actually threw the next slide. This one, we're emailing out to our East agents each week. That is helping them tremendously to have more stats to go off of. North is about the same. This one I posted on GSBOR.
Check this out. Check this out.
See this? Look, we're at 909 active listings yesterday. I think if we hit 1,000, it's going to be a false feeling of a balanced market, which means more buyers are going to start hopping in.
Well said. That the way he said that was really key. A false sense of a balanced market, because technically we're still 1,000 under normal,
at least
in a way.
Yeah. Here's the crazy thing. Some of you that weren't even in business at that time, 2015, 3,358 listings.
So Mike, I'm thinking maybe some people in this audience are like, they do this every week. Why are they still showing us this? Because it's really important. You can bring these stats up in real time to your clients because it allows you to be more of the real estate professional that they need.
Yeah, every one of these slides, you can take the numbers, you can take the slide, you can screenshot it, use it for your benefit as you're talking with people.
Love it. All right. And we have a book club. In fact, we met this morning. And in case you wanted to be part of the book club, you can start reading The Psychology of Money, because that's the one we're reading right now.
And you're having coffee out there while you're doing it.
We are having coffee. I still have some left over. Woo! Mug shots. Having a good time with that. And if you were there this morning, raise your hand. Boom, boom. Yes. We had some really good conversation this morning. And it wasn't just about the psychology of money, was it? It was about life, because money allows for our lives to be.
So you've got mug shots. You all have heard of Yeti tumblers? This is my Yachty tumbler.
Oh gosh. It's so bad, Mike. It's so bad.
That's what it is.
Okay, let's move on to the calendar, please. All right. So we have Tuesday, the 17th. We're right there. Mugshots Coffee Truck right there at the first thing for the book club. We are at the team meeting, and we don't have Tech Tuesday right after this.
We do not. Dan Turkel is out today.
And we've got some things happening.
Yeah. So on tomorrow, Rachel, who's teaching the individual agent mastermind?
I'm helping facilitate it tomorrow.
Cool. And then you see right after that, there is house tour. We haven't done this in several months, but basically we start here in the classroom. We show people that are brand new how to open a lockbox. How many of you, your first time was opening a lockbox in front of clients? And you're like, I don't know how this thing works.
It was for real? First time? You're like, hope this works.
Yeah.
It didn't work. Oh.
And I prefer that it's hooked on a door. Number one, it won't get stolen. But number two, you're not in front of your client doing this, picking the thing up. So anyway, so we talked through how to use the lockbox. We go on a house tour. We're going to go to 3 houses here in the area, show you things like how to park so you don't get stuck in there. You know, what to look for at a house. So it's
how about best practices, like, you know, get there 5-10 minutes early before your client gets there, open the house up so it's open when they get there.
I ain't got
Maybe even turn on the lights or air conditioner before they get there. How about that?
That sounds good.
That sounds like a great idea. That's right.
Exactly.
See, there you go. All right.
But so we have 2 great classes tomorrow for newer agents, but anybody can join them too.
Awesome.
Hey, what's that on Thursday?
I know. Oh, wait, it's got like a banner on it, like something special.
I bet there's a whole slide.
I bet there is, like that one.
Look at this.
Okay, it's
400
the 400 party. Wait, 400 what, Mike?
We have over 400 agents in our market center now.
400 active agents.
Yes.
Like full-time agents.
Well, there's a couple that aren't.
Okay.
But most of them are active.
Okay. But this is a new pinnacle. I'm just gonna go by. We can't acknowledge all of them, Mike.
Right.
We just can't. But it's coming up this Thursday. Be there. It's gonna be so much fun. You can even bring your clients because it's like a grand opening.
That's the plan, is to have it as a grand opening. Oh, the Chamber of Commerce is going to be here for ribbon cutting right at 4 o'clock. We want a big crowd here at that point. So please tell your friends, tell your family, tell other agents, everybody you know. We want a big crowd here at 4. There's going to be food trucks. I think we have a no-bake cookie truck coming. We have a balloon lady.
You know, oftentimes I hear our agents talk about, like, well, what am I, maybe even our new agents, like these ones, for example, are going like, what am I going to call my clients about? What am I going to call these people about? Because we ask you to call your database. Yeah. This is the reason to call them. Say, hey, our office is one of the most successful offices in the world. And we're going to celebrate a new pinnacle, a new milestone.
And they get to see the building. We'll have everything open. Most of the GSBOR staff is coming over. If you have agents you've worked with who are curious about our building, this is a perfect time to let them come over and say, hey, we got some fun stuff going. Invite them over so they can see we're all not normally weird like they think we are.
Well, Mike's always weird, so there's no getting past that. So we had an incredible month last month.
We had 15 people join us.
Yes.
They were Candy Wynn, Rachel Schuler, Anna Thompson, Jaden Martin, Jess Jennings, Rob Allen, Lindy Bunch, sort of. She's already been here, but her license went back to active. Chris Golden. She says several times each week people come and say, congratulations on joining.
I know.
Like, I've been here a long time.
Know.
Chris Golden, Renee Willauer, Sutton Shields, Risto Ristoff, Chandler Veet, Ashley Clarno, John Sims, Hannah Kelly. Congratulate our new people.
Woo! Awesome. So cool.
While you were clapping, you were on the camera. I made sure and focus it. So,
by the way, if they wanted to be a part of the book club and they were like, oh, I don't know how to find that book. Guess what Rachel just did? She posted the whole link. So you have to do what, Mike?
Click, point, click.
That.
And if you want to join the 400 party, because we need to know how many are coming so we have enough food.
That's right.
Great American Title, maybe providing the burgers. There's all kinds of stuff planned. So much we can't even remember.
There's so much. Yes. So, but we have a mission moment.
So you had Speedy last
I
week.
was honored to be elected the culture winner.
I thought you were roasting him with that picture of the giant bonfire behind you.
No, s'mores. It said it.
Turtle s'mores.
Turtle s'mores. No,
that sounds good.
Speedy had all kinds of
Speedy
had all kinds of adventures. My my daughter's friends and our neighbors' kids were over, and they honestly thought we had an actual turtle.
Real turtles don't wear capes.
No, and he almost looks like he's being choked a little bit. But it is a great cape nonetheless.
So who wins this time?
Yes. So I was thinking hard, and Liliana Owen if you're here, I would just, give her a round of applause.
Yay.
I would say it was really difficult. I had so many people that I've just really gotten to know and really love and appreciate. And Liliana, I would love to nominate you this week because you are the one who takes advantage of all the things that KW offers. You're the one that is helping other agents out in the tech room all the time. I talk to new agents that are like, yeah, Liliana helped me write that offer, or Liliana will help me figure this out, or Liliana was this. And it just overwhelmingly the last month at least, or the last couple months, she's been, all around and utilizing my time and coming in. So thank you, Liliana. You're not here today, but this will be coming your way. So I know she usually is here. So awesome. I just want to say thanks.
Cool.
All right, let's move on. Greater Springfield vendor guide.
I see one of the vendors.
He's coming up.
Or is it a vendee?
I have a microphone for him. And is it on? It is. It's on.
Hey.
So
yes.
USA Mortgage, tell us wisdom. Tell us updates.
One thing I've been paying attention to is the Fed has announced that they're going to start tapering off buying bonds. For those of you that don't know, that's what keeps rates low, is when the government's buying bonds kind of artificially low in a sense. And they said it depends on how many new job reports are going to come out positive. Well, if any of you have been watching the news, they're going to come out positive because so many states are tapering off the pandemic free money. So people are actually having to go back to work. Missouri, I watched, I think last year at this time, it was about 15% unemployment, almost 16, and now they're already down to 6. So as more states keep doing that, we're going to see free money going away, means people have to get jobs, which means, according to the Fed, they're going to start tapering off buying bonds, which means higher interest rates. They say tapering, which is good for us because it's not going to be a one-hit deal, but be prepared, have your buyers prepared that rates are going to be going up. Probably, I would say definitely the rest of this year. We've already had 2 alert to locks within the last 3 business days. And then they're saying 2022, it's not going to be shocking to see them in the 4%. So.
Wow, way up at 4%. Wow.
Gosh, awesome. Thank you so much, Casey.
So that's a great conversation with your buyers. They're like, well, prices keep going up, but if the interest rate goes up, that's worse. So it's better to get in right now and get into a property. In fact, Rachel and I were talking about this earlier. When she bought her first house, that became the equity item that helped her with the investment properties later. So getting people into a home, even if the interest rate is what they think is high, it's the path to real wealth and success.
And we have so many new people that are joining us every month, Mike, that they're like, who do I go to if my clients need a loan? And I forget what percentage it actually is that of first-time home buyers and or the next investment property they're going to buy need a loan. And so we have an in-house person. Casey's right there. The whole team is here for you from USA Mortgage.
Exactly.
So very powerful. Thank you. Oh, do you want to say something really quickly? Hi. Just say hello.
Hi, guys. Jess Bowman, Bowman Insurance Group. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you.
Awesome. Great job. Cool.
Any
All right,
other
Mike.
vendors online? No. Hey, it's broker moment.
Woohoo!
We have 2 brokers sitting
We
in the
do.
back.
They're looking at each other. They're saying, all right, who wants to go up?
They both say, keep doing a good job. That means nobody screwed up this last week.
He said that's not what that means at all.
Means.
No, okay. All right. Okay, well, it means be better then. How about that?
Be greater.
Do
Be
better.
Hashtag be greater.
Hashtag be greater. I like.
Speaking of
Realtor Weekly.
That is a hashtag for GSBOR because we're the Greater Board of Realtors. Hashtag be greater. So nice
wow.
segue there. Okay, how many of you have not had an ethics class in the last 3 years? Anybody new probably hasn't.
Yep.
You've got to have it by the end of the year. They have it a live class. It is $35 at the board, but it's limited seating. So this is coming up September 23rd. If you have not had an ethics class, so in other words, anybody that did it last November, December is good. If you've not had an ethics class in this 3-year cycle, this is a good, affordable way to get it done. And I was just told you're not going to get it much cheaper than $35 online either.
I completely agree with that. In California, it's $250. So there you go. Helping consumers understand big data. That's incredible.
Yeah. So this guy's going to teach both those classes that day.
It's almost like we talk to our agents about that all the time.
That's crazy.
Amazing. Okay. So love that. Be there, do that, because it is incredibly important to make sure you have that done. Otherwise, you won't be able to do real estate.
This is a cool thing too. Any of us can apply to be on the Missouri Board of Directors. So there's if you email support at GSBR, they'll send you the form. But if you're interested in something like that, I encourage you to get involved, because you'd be amazed how much we get to help make decisions, as you see Paulina nodding.
Nodding her head.
That's just something that's available. That's popped up this
You've been
week.
requested to be on that, haven't you?
Yes. So I'm applying for that also.
All right. Okay. So you get to hang out with Mike if you do it.
That's right.
Okay. So helpful tip from appraisal committee.
These are some things they put out to help your appraisal process go good. Number one, let the homeowner know when the appraiser is scheduled to arrive. I always tell them, look at it like a showing. We got to sell the house to the appraiser too.
Yeah. Make sure that the homeowner has not moved the lockbox inside so the appraiser can't access it.
Again, if you will lock it on the front doorknob, then they can't move it in on you.
It was funny, and we'll get to the third one in a second, but I was asking Mike, I was like, hey, do the appraisers out in your area, call out the sockets that are not, the socket covers where you have
the plastic cover.
Yeah,
He said in California, they will not inspect a home if there's a plastic cover.
Now,
missing.
if like there are open, literally sockets, they'll hold off until those are fixed. They won't give you your appraisal until then. So, and then go ahead.
Advise the homeowner the appraiser will be taking interior photos of all rooms, and they should complete any cleaning they would like done before the appointment. Tell them it's like showing the house again. We got to sell it to the appraiser.
Absolutely.
That's the final person.
You want it to look its best.
Because the golden rule is whoever provides the gold makes the rules, and the bank ain't going to give you the gold unless it's good appraisal.
Well said. Advocacy.
The cornhole tournament's coming up. There are only a few team spots left. I hope we have some. Has anybody in here put together a team? We got one there.
Awesome.
If you want to do that, we need some cornhole players for that, and the deadline is September 1st.
Awesome. And if anybody needs a partner, I will do it with you. And I'm pretty good. So
there you go.
Just saying.
We should have practice out in there.
Oh,
and look, Paulina, it's your slide.
Yay. Come on up. Paulina's here. Oh, here. I got her.
Okay. Hello, everyone. We have two awesome events happening today. First of all, YPN is having a happy hour. It's a mixer networking event. Anybody can come. Blake is the chair of YPN. It's from 4 to 6 at Whiskey Tango. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have fun. And it's...
Oh, there you go.
Hi.
In fact, you can just be in the mic spot.
Okay, so anybody can come. I encourage all of you guys to come. It's a great event to network with other agents and also other professionals in this industry. So 4 to 6, you can come as you please, leave whenever you can. And then also we are doing what are we collecting? We're doing some kind of a drive. I think the items are listed on there. If you don't have time to bring it, we have a QR code that you can literally scan and just donate, I don't know, $1, $5, $20, $25, $50, whatever you're able to. And then our next event, also tonight at 6:30, from 6:30 until 7:30, Colton Moose, that's on the Gratitude team, and myself, we're both bigs for Big Brother, Big Sister. So we're actually going to be putting on an event to talk about what it is to be a big, what you have to do to apply. And I've been a big for almost a year now, and it's seriously, the only regret I have is not doing it sooner, because it is such an amazing program, and the impact you can have on youth in our community is just amazing. So we're going to be talking about the program, and we're going to have a few bigs come and talk about what they do. I don't know if you guys know Andrea Earnhardt. I can never say her name. She's a local artist. She's a good friend of mine. Her and her husband will be here to talk about the program and how awesome it is. So we are going to have a drawing.
Ooh.
So there's going to be lots of games, lots of fun. There's going to be drinks, and we actually have 2 of these baskets to Mexican Villa.
Salsa.
Yes, lots of fun goodies in there.
All kinds of good stuff in here.
So lots of fun. So I hope
Who can say no to salsa?
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
So I hope to see all you guys there. 4 to 6 YPN happy hour, and then 6:30 it'll be here in this training room tonight.
Tonight. Okay.
Back to back. So you guys can come to the happy hour and then swing by the other event.
I love it. Well played.
Yeah.
I'll put this over here. Awesome. And
Rachel.
We also have the Eye Care Lunch and Learn that is coming up on August 24th at 11:30 as well. Mike, was there anything else that you wanted me to add on, or did you want to add?
Yeah, so for the
anything?
eye care, make sure you RSVP to D. Wilson. I don't know if you guys know, but Harmony House was our red day in 2020. And so I just want to continue to encourage you. During COVID, they weren't receiving a lot of their donations that they were needing. So always keep them in the back of your mind. This is the largest domestic violence shelter here in Southwest Missouri. And so every little thing that we can do to help them is what I recommend, because at one point they were out of beds for all of the residents. And so they have a lot of strict requirements for people to be eligible to stay. So it's not just like a come and go kind of thing. And so this is such a great organization that we hope that you can be a part of. So if you have, if you want lunch on August 24th at 11:30, make sure you respond to D. Wilson.
Yeah, and I remember them talking to us about how the pandemic made their need even greater, and yet the amount that was coming in was less. So that's a big thing. So save the date, annual Christmas party for the, this is pretty cool. So I was going to say, Mike told me that these sell out super fast, right?
Yeah. Do you want to talk on that since you're in the awards and events?
Okay, so the GSBR party, the tickets are not going on sale till October 15th. I believe the way it's going to work, everyone has to go on and order your own. You can only get 2 because it's going to be limited capacity. I'm guessing it's sold out by October 16th. So there'll be more info by then, but this is the GSBR party separate from our Keller Williams party. I encourage you to go to both, but this one's going to be a lot of fun. It's at the old glass place. It's going to be a different feel from what it's been in the past. It's going to be a lot of fun. I would like to have a lot of Keller Williams people there, but it's going to be like a Garth Brooks concert. You got to get the tickets fast because they're going to go.
Unbelievable.
I'm sure they'd be happy to hear that we compared the holiday party to
I know,
Garth
Garth Brooks.
Same level.
Wow. Okay. So Mega Camp, obviously the 23rd through the 26th. The main event ones though are going to be the 24th and the 25th.
Correct.
24th and 25th are the can't miss dates. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, so if you guys haven't registered, please do. Nicole will put the chat in the link. And then Nicole, will you also put in the chat our holiday party that we have already reserved the date so everyone can mark that on their calendars. What they released yesterday is if you haven't already registered, if you register by August 20th, so in 3 days, you will receive special access to Gary Keller's live interview with Kendra Scott. So if you guys haven't heard, Kendra Scott is a jewelry designer. I'm sure if you're a male, you probably bought it for your significant others a lot. But she actually was on Shark Tank, and that's how her product became well known. And so she has a really cool backstory that Gary will be interviewing her. So if you register before the 20th, you'll have access to that interview.
I love it when Gary Keller interviews people in general, because he really draws out applicable things that you can take away from it and use. So that is a killer little, oh, in fact, there it is.
Yeah, and I think we have almost 70 people registered for our in-person event. So there's still time to do it. We have our swag bags. If you guys haven't seen, we have our t-shirts, we have our Bluetooth speakers. So make sure you come and register for that. And then our holiday party will also be at the Old Glass Place on December 17th. So mark that on your calendars and we'll have that coming out soon.
Perfect. All right. So congratulations to another great month. So how are we doing? Remember, we track the numbers of the office, because if we don't track, we can't change anything. We can't adjust what we don't track. So we are going to go through some of the numbers of the Market Center.
Yeah.
All right. So as far as closed units, this is obviously anytime we go over 500 is kind of an exciting time. And so we did 518 last month.
Yeah. So one of our main focus in the third month of the week is to bring the numbers back to you so you can see what the Market Center is doing. So you see how the market is as for a whole for us to take that back to your business. We've highlighted all of the positive numbers in green, and the negative ones we've highlighted in red. And they're not negatives, right? Those are areas of opportunities for us as a Market Center to provide training to our agents, or what do we really need to focus on. So when we're talking about closed units, Nicole's kind of hiding, but for our screen, but it's 18.3% change increase year to date on closed units. Oh. And like Tim said previously, when we closed 500 units, we thought, oh, wow, that's really awesome. And now we're consistently doing that all through 2021. The only times we have hit below 500 was in the first 3 months of the year, which is normal for us. So that was seeing that kind of growth for 18.3% is exciting. But then as we go through the numbers, you'll see where that's also translating.
Yeah. Okay. So, as far as closed volume, and this is where our average sales price has jumped so much, and we're talking like 40% in the last year and a half to 2 years. And this is where that's really showing up: almost 130 million in 1 month.
Yeah, in the month of July. And so we'll have a slide at the very end, but we are on track, well over track of closing over $1 billion again in sales volume. And we'll hopefully be doing that faster than what we did last year.
There's a huge number. In fact, Mike and I put it up, or you guys put it up on the wall. Mike and I had it in the video last week before the team meeting, because we're like, look, if you go into the leadership area and see that number, it's 768.
Slide for it.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
So listings taken. So this is our area of opportunity when we're down 15.7%. So what kind of training do we need to bring back to our agents to talk about a listing? We obviously know that there is a shortage of that. When we're comparing our listings for the month of July this year to the month of July last year was in July of 2020, we took 363 listings, which was the highest listings taken month all year. So we're comparing this number to the highest number we've had, which is still relatively a really great listing taken number for our market center. Year to date, we're only down 2.7%. Oh, that should have been red. However, when we look at it a month over month, it's okay. What happened maybe this time last year that triggered more listings taken during that month? Maybe it was back to school month, getting ready for that. And so then how do we have our training in the next 30, 60, 90 days to help increase that number?
And we talked a little bit about it before, where last year was such an oddity that comparing this year to last year is a little bit different than a typical trend of these numbers. So listings taken volume, so 700 and almost 78 million in listings taken volume, which, as you can see, is actually around the half mark of total volume, which is kind of what you want to see. You want to see half and half, 50% business.
And what's crazy is these numbers are for the month, right? So we're saying almost 78 million in listings taken volume for 1 month. So again, down 10.6%. However, our volume year to date, from this year to last year is up 8%. So we're seeing that price increase in the market. And what Mike and I were kind of talking about is maybe we're working a little bit harder or a little bit smarter than harder of getting higher price point listings instead of the actual unit number itself. But 78 million in 1 month, that's just crazy to me.
Well, and to give a huge shout out to Landon upstairs, that anything above a 500 unit month is an immense amount of work. And so it's pretty powerful to see that, and just to give him props every time you go in there, thank him, because that's a lot of work and time for Rachel and for Landon especially. So 242 listings sold. So that's that average sales price of listings is way up. And then listings sold volume is 60 million. That's impressive. So remember, 78 million in listings taken volume, but actual listings sold volume is 60 million. So you can see a difference there.
And listings sold volume, almost 40% increase year to date over last time this year.
That is insane. 40%.
To see a huge number like that. So when we're talking about these numbers, and I've said it before, when we talk about listings taken, contracts written, or closed units, it's all different kind of analogies. So our listings taken, that is a windshield number. That is projecting your business and the market center's business for the next 60 to 90 days. So that's what we use when we look at these numbers. Okay, what do we expect our contracts written number to be and closed unit number to be? The contracts written, it's still kind of a windshield number. However, it's a tighter time frame. And then we close units, that's a rear view because that's already happened, right? And that's previous business that we just closed out in our books.
And remember, the windshield is a much bigger thing that you're looking at when you're driving. So you're paying attention to that windshield and looking through it more than you are looking behind you. And yet she's absolutely right. There's lead and lag indicators. And so that is a definite lead indicator of saying 618 contracts written. Yes, it's down month over month from last year because last year was insane, but we're up 16.2% for the year overall. Huge.
And when we talked about this number in ALC, Mark Stewart, I'll never forget when he asked, when we said, okay, we had this many contracts written, he goes, well, yeah, how many offers are we putting on a house? And it made me laugh because these are actually contracts that were accepted and entered in as a commission. So it was a great point whenever he brought that up, that may be a thought. However, these are accepted contracts in our market.
So don't take that lightly. These are actual accepted contracts. These aren't just what's being written on. Okay.
So then we talk about closed GCI. So this number is just completely ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
So closed GCI, closed gross commission income for 1 month, $3.6 million is what we closed for our agents, right?
Woo! That is
That's
definitely
income
clap
for
worthy.
our agents.
Very clap worthy.
42.5% increase. I mean, when you think about that, what has that done for our agents in their lives by being able to earn more money that way? And when I look at our gross commission income per unit, on average, it's $6,000, $6,200. So our agents are able to make more. And last year at this point, our average last year was $5,300. So it's crazy how much a change has been made.
Well, and this is like if you ran a team or if you look at your current business in real estate as a business, you're looking for this number. That where does your dollars go? How does your effort get paid out on? You know, if you broke it out to your hourly wage, even this is kind of the number you'd be looking for is how much money you're bringing in. And so this is where we get excited because our agents at our office are becoming more and more successful than they ever have been. And so that's where we get really excited. Their work and time and effort is being paid out on a higher level than ever. So that's very cool.
A number on here when we talk about average sales price. Can anyone guess what they think our average sales price for this year is? Yeah, Blake, what do you think it is for the year on average? 240. Anybody else? 186. Okay. 220. Peeker. It's 224,000. Last year it was 196,000. In the month of July for our market center, our average sales price was 248,000. So you were close for the month of July. Yeah.
248,000.
So when we were looking at this morning, Mike and I were talking, that's what we talked about. Like when I bought my first house in 2015, our average sales price in 2015 was 162,000. And to think about when I purchased property then and the benefit it's been able to give me and use that money for a cash out into investment properties, I think that's like one of the most understated value propositions for especially younger people buying real estate and what the purpose is. Because when I bought my first home, I thought I just had to buy it just to buy it so I didn't have to pay rent anymore. I didn't realize the financial benefit it would give me and to help build wealth moving forward.
Absolutely. And we wish that for all of your clients and all of the people. How old were you at that time?
22.
22 years old. Think of all the 22-year-olds in your database of either your friends, kids, or or just your cohorts, and that is one of the most impressive things. And what it's done for your life is life changing, continuing going forward. We want that for all of your people. So now we have the region and KWRI, the international office.
So we're working on a graphic right now for you guys that every month we'll be able to give you Keller Williams Realty International numbers, our region numbers, which is the Greater Heartland, our market center numbers, and then it gives columns for you as the agent. And so when you guys see me looking down, I'm using our market center multi-year trend, which every agent has their own multi-year trend. And so what that does is it tracks your main 8 categories and gives you a month over month comparison and year to date comparison. So you can always look back and see, okay, where was I at last year? Or man, I'm feeling a lot busier this year. Am I really busier? Is my production up? Or maybe am I doing more non-dollar producing activities that make me feel busier?
Or maybe they invested in a lead generation source in 2018. Did it pan out? That is a huge thing where you can look back and see, hey, okay, I started the lead gen thing here. I used this lead gen lever, if you want to call it that. And then all of a sudden, the next year we saw the benefit of that. Our business went up 30% from that activity. That's a big way to track and know if it's been worth it.
Yeah. And so when we look at our market center numbers and we can look at Keller Williams Realty International in the region, one of the things I thought was interesting though, of all Keller Williams, their listings taken number was still a positive. And so how they do their numbers here, if it's over a 10% increase or decrease, it's green. But then if it's just between 0 and 10%, then it's red, or pink is what they actually call it, but we'll say red. KW. But so their listing taken number. So the fact that listings taken up within the region and KWRI itself is a positive number, then that makes us look back at our market center and say, okay, how can we have a bigger impact within just is it us or is it our area or our local market? Because our region spreads out between Nebraska, Iowa, Arkansas, Kansas, and Missouri. So it is a wide graphic of numbers.
Yeah, no, and following what's happening in the nation versus our state and or region, that helps us know if our office numbers are off or alongside that, if we're experiencing the same thing everyone else is or not. And sometimes there's lead indicators and lag indicators when we watch that happen from a larger scope, right? Gary says, knowing the average sales price in America is kind of like knowing the average temperature of America. Who cares? Who cares? Oh, the average temperature in America is 70 degrees. It's like, does that tell you what's happening here? No, you only care about what the temperature is now right outside. Does that make sense? So these are ways that you can see the average, a bigger scope, middle scope, and close up.
And one of the benefits of being in the Midwest, we normally see if there is some sort of shift coming from the coast in. And so by looking at KWRI data, it's giving us a larger picture, right? A 30,000 feet view of what's going on in the market of real estate within all of Keller Williams. And we have like 187,000 associates, right? So it's using all of those production metrics to bring into our local market, and then in a regional view within the Midwest of what that looks like.
Yeah, and I like the way that I forget who it was that said, maybe it was Jason Abrams or something, but they said like this, if you read this and study this and pay attention to it, it tells a story about where you are, where you've been, and where you're going. And that's, I would say each one of you has the access to this. And if you'd like to do that, we have a way for you to be able to access that. So we're going to show you how to get there. And I think I might have accidentally skipped that slide. Let me just go back for a second. Is it? Okay. I thought I saw it, but I think it is next. So yeah, just a quick thing. There's 187,189 agents currently in Keller Williams in the United States, and 13,000 internationally. So that would mean 400 plus Greater Springfield as well. Perfect. There it is. Greater Springfield number that was on the wall.
Yeah. So this is our closed volume so far to the end of July. And last year we closed 1,068,000,000. And so when we look at this number and how close we already are to obtaining that, so we can't wait to have another party, right? We love parties here. So that will be so exciting to be a part of whenever we close this. And then it's going to be, okay, how can we hit that faster and faster? Just like your cap, right? Once you've capped, okay, now I know I can do it. Now, how can I cap sooner so I can earn 100% of commission? So how can we cap faster or attain 1 billion faster? And what does that look like for our market center by being able to do that?
Just a quick little story. I was on a listing appointment and it was a very competitive one against Sotheby's agent. And I was talking with the client. I found out that was another person, vying for the listing, and they were with Sotheby's, like, oh, Sotheby's. And you guys don't have Sotheby's out here, but it's a very pious company. And they were like, yeah, their company does $28 billion in business. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. We do $1 billion a day. That's $364 billion a year. And so I just want you to know, our office alone is one of those billion. Does that make sense? It's kind of a cool factor. If you're brand new to the business, if you're new as a real estate agent, you can lay those numbers down and just say, we're part of the most successful real estate company to ever exist in the humankind. There you go. How about that?
And another number I wanted to touch on, I don't think we had a slide for, profit share, right? So how much money are we giving back to our agents this year? So year to date, from January 1 until July 31st, we have given back to our agents $275,927. That's right back to our agents. That's not market center. That's to our agents. That's a huge value story. We've brought the check back out from our old office. And so it's going to be up there. So not only our agents can see that we'll be updating it monthly, but recruits can see as we come in. That is a 40% increase year to date from last year.
And that being able to profit share more is only another indicator of how successful you are all being and your ability to receive back from our growth. Right? I mean, it's funny because I remember an agent talking to me one time. And they're like, well, I've heard that's like a pyramid scheme or something like that. I'm like, no, it's just literally a gift from the owners back to you. I mean, does your office currently give back 48% of all of its profits? And they go,
to be willed up to 3 times after?
No, it doesn't. And I'm like, there you go. It's literally a gift. That's the only way that I can describe it accurately.
And when we look at this number, one thing that sticks out to my mind is, 2020 was a weird year last year. However, we still profit shared $387,000 back to our agents, even in 2020. And so when we even look at that growth of how our agents have come and more people, agents like you believing in KW and bringing more people into the office, that number is only going to increase. And so last year, I mean, we still profit shared. We made sure we profit shared on a consistent basis while prepaying for our expenses. And this year we're not having to prepay right now because we're able to have this profit and to already be a 40% increase, that's a huge story of what's to come.
It's pretty amazing. That means we're giving back to our agents $1,000 a day. That's pretty powerful. So, I mean, I love reducing to the ridiculous. So it becomes a little bit more tangible. Where it's like as if we're writing a check to one of our agents every day, $1,000. So that's kind of fun. And here's basically how to reach those numbers. Do we want to go through this real quick?
Yeah, so to get your own multi-year trend, all you have to go to is mykw.kw.com. Click on the report section right underneath your little profile picture in the top left-hand corner, and then you'll go to your multi-year trends. And this updates every month, normally around like the 7th or 8th business day of the month. So after we transmit, after KWRI takes all the data and transmits this, then they give you your own reports. And so this is where you can take your numbers and then compare it to the market centers, the regions, and to KWRI.
Yeah, if you just Google mykw.kw.com, hit enter, it'll get you to the login screen. You'll use your normal like command login, and you can log into the backend system. And it's the old system that's being completely redone and revamped. So it still exists for these reasons, but it eventually all will live in your command. Yeah, you can screenshot this, Mike just said, and look this up later. But if you've never done these reports, schedule some time with Rachel or myself or even Mike, and we can pull this up for you and walk through where you've been, how it's been, and where you're going. So it's very, very powerful stuff and information that will give you new insights into your business. And so, yeah, click on the reports tab. It's a tiny little button on there right below your profile picture. And once you click on that, it'll take a second, but it'll pull up a whole new window. And within that, you'll go to your associate tab on there. And then the multi-year trends, it'll be a pull down menu. You'll go over and select multi-year trends and hit the add to your favorites. So then you don't even have to go to do that. You can just go over to your favorites and it'll be right there. And then also check the monthly production summary.
And there's a lot more reports that are available to you. So I get asked all the time, how many transactions have I closed this month? Where's my volume at? There's already a closed transaction list summary on there that outlines each property. Whenever I send out the broker metrics and I have the top down, as you guys can notice, the first column in the top down is not your true volume. That's adjusted volume, which is a whole long explanation of how KWRI calculates what their volume is based on commission percentages. So if you want to see your true volume that you've closed, there is a closed transaction volume report you can look at.
I kid you not, with 2 other brokerages before coming to Keller Williams, I never had even considered knowing or even had the ability to know what my production was before. Mike, had you ever done and known all your numbers beforehand and looked at them? He's a little bit different, but I would say that is very abnormal. Most agents have no idea where they are, where they were, or what they want to do. And so this is where we can be way better than them and take it to the next level.
Full of data.
He does. Well, you're rare. You're rare, Mike. All right. So next month's guest is Samuel Jackson.
I'm so excited.
I know. Wait. Oh, no, it's not. It's Sam Jackson.
Okay.
But hey, next best thing. I mean, so he is a command specialist because command has taken it to another level already. And if you hadn't used command in a while, this is going to be a great time to come back and see that.
Yeah. So he is really involved. If you've heard of Nick Baldwin, high tech people like that within KW. So what they are doing is building out other platforms or part of the labs within KWI to help build and make command more user friendly. So our main thing for him is a lot of the time when the first big command push came, it was like, oh, well, it couldn't do this and this. And now a lot of it, you probably haven't went back in and checked to see if it does work. So he's coming in to train us on all of that. So we hope that you can join us, and we're super excited for him to be a part of our team meeting.
And it'll be after Mega Camp. So that'll be also very exciting. And I mentioned it last week's meeting. This is my awesome little family. We went on a big journey around the United States. That's how I ended up here in Springfield. And you can tell that by our shirt colors. These are the colors of Quantum Leap. And Quantum Leap is, in fact, there was our little tour or that we were going to take. By the way, in Google Maps, you can actually create your own custom map. That's how I did that. But this material is the most powerful material. It really encompasses all of what Keller Williams offers to our agents about creating a plan and having a life that excites you. And literally, you can leave that class with it dialed in. Many of you have taken it with me before. If it was valuable to you, I know that you can help someone else take it as well. So I would love that to happen. It is on September 23rd. So next month at the end of the month. So there's time between now and then, but I would love to have, 2 or 3 of the people that are young in your life that maybe even are considering getting into real estate, be there for that, which would be really, really powerful. So it'll be right in here and it'll be really fun. So There you go. And then we have our last things, quotes and questions. If your people aren't producing, how well are you leading? That's a big question. I'll let that one sink in. And then the last one is passion and emotion beat talent every time. Isn't that interesting? I had friends in soccer that we all played soccer in college and such. And it actually wasn't the guys who were the best that ended up staying in going pro. Of several of my guys that ended up going pro, they were just that much more passionate about it and they stayed with it. The guys that actually were the best on my team ended up falling away. It was just talent and it wasn't the passion and the emotion behind it that got them to be pro. So that's a perfect example of how passion and emotion beat the talent every time. Perfect. And then lastly, canceled today for Tech Tuesday. And with that, at 10:16, we are at time. Thank you for being here today. We have a question.
Yeah. So Tim asked about the reports and flash not being enabled. That's just for the dashboard. If you go to
So if you go to reports and pull it down, it will still work, according to Sarah Simple. Man, she's still our tech guru.
I love it.
Even not being
Yes.
on the team for so long.
Thank you for seeing that in the comments. And we appreciate all of you so much. If you haven't scheduled any time with Mike, Rachel, or myself recently, we would love to sit down, go over your numbers, make sure you're on track, and project where you would like to be. So appreciate you. Have a great day.
Bye.
All right.